Hi, I'm Sean. I'm the lead designer here at Metmo.
And I'm James. I'm back again. We're here to do some Ask the Creator question time.
Your questions were awesome last time, so keep them coming and we'll keep trying to answer them. So the materials that we usually use aluminium, stainless, brass, and more recently titanium with the edge. But what makes the materials special is the very broad kind of names for these materials. It's the actual grades of the materials themselves that makes it special. For aluminium, for example, you can get one series, 2000 series. They're very different to when you get up to like the 6061s, the 7075s. Those materials are the ones that we use, and those materials are used in like the landing gear for airplanes, just to name one pretty major thing. We use the same material as that, so where we say we have a 200-year guarantee on our products, if the landing gear is fine on an airplane, then it would be pretty fine for our products. We use those materials because they just last forever. With the aluminium, for example, we also hard anodize the material. Quite a lot of the products you can buy on say Amazon would be anodized the same, it'll look the same, but the type of anodizing will be different. So the hard anodizing is the more engineering type of anodizing, which creates a much harder layer on the material itself. So it just makes the finish last a very long time, and actually improves the hardness of the surface as well.
So you don't get those like scratches and looking scuffed up after. I've got some carabiners, you know, they're commonly where you see the wear on anodizing. It just like, it will start for a year or so of just being in contact with other metal things. It'll just wear off and you'll end up with the silver showing through. So, I mean, that will happen eventually on any anodized surface, but ours, it'll last much longer before you get any of that. And getting rattled around in a tool bag or something, it stands up to it way more. Yeah, it's good fun actually. On the grip, I think a lot of people get confused. They think because it's so lightweight and they think we're using plastic it's actually aluminium that's been hard anodized, just with a really high finish to it that a lot of people haven't really seen before. So, but we use it just to make it last much longer and just look great as well. We love it. It just looks brilliant.
Yeah, and then just to expand on the stainless and the titanium as well, those materials that we often use 316, and for some of the specialist things like the fractal vise, the actual fractals that are in touch with the components that you're trying to hold, we use 420 for that, and that is because you can harden that specific stainless. So we usually harden to, is it 55 to 60 HRC? Which is really hard.
It's damn hard.
Yeah, really hard. So that will last forever. It will just be fine. Titanium as well. We're exploring using grade 4 and 5, particularly grade 5, because that's just really good.
If it's good enough for aircraft fuselage and high spec military applications, it's probably more than workable for tools and fun things to have on the desk.
Yeah. That's the logic we've employed anyway, isn't it?
We really want things to last 200 years. That's our goal. So by using the best things we can, you know, just going above and beyond, majorly over-engineering things. It's the way they would have done it years ago, you know? Yeah. I'm sure the Victorians, when they sat down to design something, they didn't say, how can we make this as cheap as possible? They were like saying, let's make this outlast us.
Yeah,
how can I stand the test of time?
Make sure this tool can be handed down to my family. That's quite important to us.
So, what was Danger Knife?
This is Danger Knife. Let's do a little demonstration of what this little thing can do. So inside, this is a stainless steel version. We actually made 2 versions, didn't we?
I'm scared already.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's safe.
I preempted this and I took the blade off because this thing was lethal. The initial concept of it was to create a really nice scalpel holder. So just for craft knife, we use craft knives all the time, don't we, for making prototypes and things. And we just want a really nice handle, and then we tried to combine it with how the cube works. So your pins slowly fall down into the cube. We wanted to kind of capture that magic, didn't we, and bring it into that world. But what that actually does is if you put the thing in the other way, you can compress the air and literally fire the blade out, which is bad. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah, we only realised perhaps after we'd made the first 20 samples and we were just playing around with it, and then suddenly realised it
Yeah.
It's not very safe.
No, it's not at all. Yeah, so I'm glad we didn't do that. But what it did do is it gave us the piston.
The piston.
Here's the piston.
Here's the piston. Yeah, this is a squeaky prototype.
We don't sell this one. This is in this room for a reason.
Yeah, actually, this is the first one. This is the first ever piston. Well, the first ever stainless steel piston, I should say. Yeah, but that's why it squeaks. It doesn't work.
I feel safer showing you the actual pop on this one. So you don't want that to happen with that one. Just putting it out there.
It became. We split the product in half. We still wanted a really nice scalpel, and that was what multi-drive became. So actually, if you get hold of multi-drive, so here we go. Got my little multi-drive here. So what we did, we split it all down. So I'll show you with the stubster here. So you can kind of see the resemblance of where that came from in the original. And I think actually multi-drive looks much nicer in real life and is nicer to use than the actual original one. But it gave us what we wanted, which is we just couldn't find a nice scalpel really. That was where the sort of inspiration came from, and then we were trying to. But actually splitting the things in two and getting these two products was a better way to go. We got what we wanted to achieve and what we wanted to make. Yeah. It's made multi-drive a bit more of a tool, not as fun to play with, but it's probably not good to play with knives. I feel like that's probably written somewhere. Don't play with knives.
Yeah, 101.
Okay, so this question, so we've got a fairly technical question, but we thought it was quite fun.
Yeah.
And it's something that we haven't actually tried to calculate. So it's trying to figure out the speed at which that pin's dropping due to gravity using pure maths. What we're going to do is we're going to talk you through the dimensions and then
figure out how to
give you a hand with how to do that. Let's go.
So how you do that is you pull the pin out to the maximum amount it will allow. If you get your calipers or a ruler, you'll measure, it should be around 35 millimeters. So all you do is have 35 millimeters in mind. You turn that on its end, and then you measure the time in which it takes to fall. So each cube is machined to within microns of microns, really, aren't they? They're so precise. But what it does mean is that any material surface finish deviation will affect it by a few seconds. Or right there, we've got 34 seconds. So speed equals distance divided by time. So the distance is 35 millimeters divided by 34 seconds. So that equates to 1.03 millimeters per second. So that would take you roughly 430 hours to travel a mile. What was it in miles per hour?
0.0023 miles per hour.
Pretty slow. So there you go, Travis.
That cube's got a slow walk out of here.
Okay, so do we ever use AI? No, we don't do it.
Well, the sound on some of the videos. So yeah, we've stopped using like stock footage. You know, we're not sound engineers. We don't profess to be good at creating our own music. And the number of tracks that we have access to was getting smaller and smaller. So what I have found is AI just generating some nice background loop tracks has been quite good.
Yeah.
But that's the only place that we use AI in the whole company.
Yeah, really. Nothing visually, nothing to do with the products, is it?
No.
Really? Yeah.
That's all genuine.
Yep.
Straight up how it's filmed is how that comes out.
Yeah.
And then a few hours of editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the video is all, you know, we don't have anyone else come into here and do that for us. I'm normally behind the camera. Sean's the hands.
I am the hands.
The chin for a classic chin shot. And then, yeah, we spend probably a week on each product when it's ready to film. Just getting right up close to it, experimenting, just having fun, seeing what we can do.
Spinning pistons,
getting the tricks right, and things like that. But yeah, it's all genuine as we film it. Really, there's no AI in there, because as well, you know, AI is classically quite good at recreating something that's already there, but because of our products, they don't exist anywhere. So to tell it to, you know, make a piston pop I don't know. Wouldn't know what the hell that's talking about.
Yeah,
So,
probably be some kind of engine piston exploding.
yeah. Could be quite fun, but
Yeah.
not. But yeah, we still do all of that ourselves, and we're quite proud of it. We love doing that in conjunction with the products, because it's like, you know, we feel like they're being shown to you guys and everyone who sees it the way that we intended it to be done, and the way we made it. So it's like, you know, when you're watching those videos, you're seeing it through our eyes
And my hand.
and Sean's hands, and not some generated scene put together by an AI.
And hopefully the fun comes across in those videos as well, because we do have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's important that we have fun every time.
Yeah.
Everything we do, it's, you know, it's built into our the engineering joy part of it. It's not just a name, you know. The company we run, it's all about making things people love, and, you know, having a good time doing it. So if we're not having a good time at any point, you know, there's something wrong with the product, or you know, we've got to go back to the drawing board. So, but for something that everyone's going to get hold of at the end of the day and enjoy, it's really important that we actually still like it. Not a huge fan of AI video generation, not until it can color correct all of these shots for me anyway. Alright, so that's all for now. Thanks for your questions. You keep them coming. They're always really great for us to see, and, you know, they give us some really interesting talking points. Nice inspiration for other things that we're working on now as well. Till next time, see you later. Have a nice month, whatever month this is in.
Have a nice month, guys.